What is going on, everybody? This is Rick Del Santo from the PWZ podcast. Joining me, as always, is Showtime Marcel Williams. What's going on, Marcel?
What's going on? We are fresh out of night one for Wrestlemania. Um, it was a eventful night, very eventful night. A lot of big
Yes.
news. Um,
Yes.
yeah, it's late, but we made it.
We made it. And we said we were going to go live, and here we are. Very, very live at this very late hour. I'm usually in bed by this time. So,
yeah.
I see somebody is in watching us. If you're in, say hello. It's the Guardian of Chaos. Good morning. Yes, it is morning. How are you, Mr. Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy? I thought that it was overall a really, really good show.
Yes.
I know it's that time of year. J Cal, what's up? I know it's this time of year WWE kind of steps it up a little bit and it does better than they normally do throughout the rest of the year.
Yes. Yeah, it was. I don't know, man. It's just like when we came in, everybody had their their negatives towards this event, but they really performed well tonight, from top to bottom. And man, let's get to it, man. I know people want to get into what went down a few minutes ago.
Yeah. You want to start with the end? Or you want to go to the beginning?
We start at the beginning. We start with the intro with Mark Wahlberg.
Dude, what's up with that? Did I miss something?
Nah,
I know he's been on. Yes, Guardian of Chaos. Stone Cold did pull it off. I thought Steve Austin did really well at what he did. I was not expecting him to actually bump the way he did. I expected maybe a couple punches, kicks, and I didn't actually expect him to take some of the bumps that he actually took. I didn't know what kind of shape he's actually in, after 19 years.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were saying that, well, backstage early on the pre-show, that he was really looking good, looking in shape.
Yeah.
He did take a lot of bumps than he was supposed to. I was real surprised about it, but we gonna segue later on how we really like confirmed that he's really gonna be in action.
Yeah. The show opened up with SmackDown Tag Team titles. The Usos defeated Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura for what it was. I thought it was a pretty decent match.
Yeah, it was decent opener. It was
Yeah.
decent opener. What do you think of the Usos? Usos continuing their reign as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
I mean, I thought it was kind of obvious that they were going to win in a way. I didn't think that Boogs and Nakamura. Not that I'm not fans of Nakamura. I mean, Rick Boogs actually kind of impressed me a little bit tonight. I honestly, I don't watch continuously enough until recently to see enough of him, but I think he's kind of impressive. Rather. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the new things that WWE is doing. Advertising the harder iced tea and lemonade combo.
Oh yeah,
great advertising.
Yeah. Was the knee injury legit, or was that part of the storyline? Because I know that they worked a little bit around an injury to his right leg at some point.
I'm hoping that it was part of the match. Hopefully that he's not out as much as. Hopefully it wasn't a shoot, basically. So,
right.
I mean, he looked like he performed well with a bad knee. If he did have a bad knee, he did perform well with a bad knee. But
yeah, he was carried out. Yeah. He was carried out by EMTs like after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Boogs injury. Oh, Guardian of Chaos does say the Boogs injury was legit. Poor guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
That's unfortunate.
It is. It really is. On top of that, we went to Happy Corbin and Drew McIntyre. I got to get into this. I'm gonna. Yeah, you probably know I'm going to do a little rant here, right?
Why?
At the end, you'll hear it. I just thought the end was ridiculous, but of course, McIntyre won, which was expected. I thought the opening video montage was really well done. I thought the match was pretty decent. Corbin doesn't really move the needle for me in any way, shape, or form, but I thought this was pretty decent. The one thing with the sword, and then Drew just cut through the ropes. I mean, come on, dude. It was ridiculous. Now I gotta go back. See, the thing is, I didn't. I got to go back and watch. Did they work that side of the ring? Like they had to set it up because ring ropes, obviously, they're not easily terrible.
I really, I have to rewatch the match because unless they worked without using ropes or something, something I missed. But I would think that it would have popped during running the ropes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was crazy, and then I was just like, "That's like, wouldn't you get in trouble for doing something that ridiculous?" I mean, come on. I know it's WWE.
It's that WWE production,
It's that universe, right? Everything that happens in the universe is ridiculous.
But I gotta give it to Happy Corbin and Drew McIntyre. That match was solid.
Yep.
And plus, Drew McIntyre kicking out of the end of days, the first person to ever do it.
Right. Sorry, I'm moving my camera. I don't know if I'm putting it in the right way. Nope, this way. Okay, there we go. It's better. Am I in the middle? All right.
Now you gotta move over. You gotta move over a little bit.
This way?
Yeah.
Oh, no, this way.
Damn. Not the other way. We're live.
Yeah, I know we are, and I keep messing up. John Peck says, I don't think Corbin was happy after that. That's correct. I don't think so.
Nah, he definitely wasn't happy after that.
Yeah.
I don't think he will go bankrupt, though.
No, I don't think he's going bankrupt after that. No. A match I really liked, the Mysterios lost to Logan Paul and The Miz. And I liked Dominic's gear, the tribute to Eddie gear. Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the it was like the old school Eddie Guerrero gear that he was wearing. Yep.
Shout out to WCW, Worlds Collide with Art Barr and Eddie Guerrero.
Yes,
back in 1995.
Yep.
So shout out to that.
Yeah. My only thing is, why did the Miz turn on Logan Paul?
It's the
after
Miz,
winning. Yeah,
it's
I know,
Miz.
but they won the match, and then he turned on that, which I thought was completely, ridiculous.
Can we talk
Unless
about
I missed something?
Nah, you didn't miss that. You missed that. Is completely the Miz. But I'm going to put it out there right now. This is the first time that I can finally agree with this finish. The Miz had continuously put in the work of putting his a program over and always coming up short. This time, he absolutely won. He put the work in, doing the promos, setting up for this match, and actually came out with the W. So I'm kind of glad for
that. All right. Yes, Adonis, we are going to get to that match. Chill out. We're going in order, okay? I thought it was overall, I was really impressed with the way Logan Paul moved in the ring.
Yeah, well, he boxed. I mean, you're already athletic already, so
yeah.
I was impressed myself. Little odds and ends.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I thought he did it very well. The frog splash, the double 619 was, is what it is. Mysterio's got to get their moves in, but I thought overall it was pretty a couple good things there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, let's move along to the SmackDown Women's title. Becky Lynch and Bianca. Obviously, Bianca won. It's long overdue. The story was great. Becky Lynch debuted a new look. What the hell's with the face paint?
I give you the correction. No, I'll give you the correction. The Raw Women's Championship.
Oh, did I say?
Yeah, you said SmackDown, but it's okay.
My bad. You're right. Okay, all right. My bad. I wrote it down.
I don't want the fans to crucify you.
Well, I'm already gonna get it. I'm gonna get it here. I thought this match. Excuse me. I thought I got rid of the cold. I thought this match was really awesome. Up to this point, this was the best match of the night.
Yes, it was. I fully agree. The story was there. I kind of felt that it should have been later on the card where Charlotte was, but we didn't get that. But this match was really good. I enjoyed every bit of it. Bianca has continued to prove that she's with the elite class of the women besides Charlotte and, Asuka and Bayley that's to come and all these other women. But this is matches like 6 months in the making. These two women has main evented 2 of the WrestleManias for the last few years. And,
Yes.
Bianca made history. She pinned Becky Lynch to win the Raw Women's Championship that she has held since, WrestleMania 35 in New York?
Yes, for the most part. She never lost it. Yes, but then she came back and won it, like you said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, can we talk about how how Becky did she was trying to do the Molly Holly flip in the off the top, and she her foot accidentally hit Bianca's eye and swelled it up, so
I
she
got
got a
worried.
shiner on her eye.
Yeah, I was worried about Bianca there because I wasn't sure if she was going to break like the cheekbone or the eye socket or something, because it looked like it was a really brutal uh, kick to the face when she went for that.
Only thing I gotta say is, good thing is it happened on a Saturday. I wish it never happened at all, but good thing it happened on a Saturday. At least it gives some time to heal so she could be on Monday. But
Right.
it was a real bad. Her eyes is almost halfway shut. So I give my best to her. But great matchup between the two, and probably gonna be a rematch. We never know.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna wrestle again. Probably next month, whatever pay per view they decide to have next month. It's usually Money in the Bank, correct? Is that
Absolutely.
what they do? Yeah. Sometimes I think.
Oh, and also shout out to what do you call it? One of the comments on Donnie. Who's that? I know you know him. Who's that?
Who?
Your friend?
Adonis?
Your buddy? Yeah,
Adonis the Don. Adonis. Yes. Hello, Adonis.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
You're finally getting some notice on this show, Adonis. He's got to jump in the chat and harass us every time.
No, he actually said it. He actually said a comment that I actually forgot, but it was real good. Bianca Belair entrance. It was real memorable.
That was a really good entrance. Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was really cool. All right, let's move on to probably one of the most important events of the evening. Seth Rollins faced a mystery opponent, and I thought Seth's introduction, his entrance, was freaking amazing as well.
Yes, it was.
I thought that was awesome. The music, the way they played out, and all of a sudden you heard the the American Nightmare theme. It was Cody Rhodes made his return to WWE. He is much anticipated. The rumors, so much speculation that he may or may not show up. There might be Shane because it fell through. Cody showed up. It was true. He's there. And I thought that this was a freaking great match. I thought this was an awesome match.
I fully agree. It was a match of the night. All the rumors kept on going throughout the last few weeks.
Yep.
Continuously. But the deal was made. Music, the entrance, the gear, the American Nightmare, everything in the contract that he signed that I don't know about, but we seen it, came along with him. And I'm glad for him, man. He looks like a bigger star. He left 6 years ago to make a name for himself, and he did that. And he came back as a bigger star. And this just shows, man, this is a business. And he made his brand outside of WWE, and he came back as his own brand. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with him with the future. But this was a match of the night. I enjoyed it. Seth Rollins, like I said earlier, I told you, I think he's the new Mr. WrestleMania, and he's going to continue to prove that.
Speaking of which, you said T and Couponer in the chat says he hoped to see Cody versus Styles. I think that there's potential for that to happen, obviously, sooner than we think, and I think that'll be, that should be a good program to work towards. Yeah, I don't think were the two in the same company at the same time? I don't think so, right?
Nah, never.
Yeah.
Never. But the thing is, I gotta give a shout out to Cody in the storytelling. Him selling the ribs the whole match, continue selling the ribs. Old school style.
Yes.
Cody he's good, man. He was good in AEW with the storytelling. And with him and Seth Rollins, he got chemistry. And I could tell this is gonna be a rematch as well.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be another banger. Speaking of which, he paid a tribute to his father, the late great Dusty Rhodes, with the bionic elbow.
Shout out to the American Dream.
Paul Perez is in
Oh,
the chat.
shout out
What's
Paul
happening?
Perez is in the
What is
chat.
going
Paul
on, my
Perez
man?
has arrived.
I think
Oh,
that's the first
before
time
we
he's.
get into the next match, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say thank you everybody for staying up with us. I know we all been through a roller coaster with WrestleMania Night One, but I appreciate y'all popping in, watching us live here at the PWZ podcast.
Yeah. Yes, I thank you everybody for being active in the chat. This is quite fun. We're going to do it again very soon. There is a night two to this glorious weekend of professional wrestling. So let's see what else we got. Another great match. I thought this match was great. Okay,
You enjoyed it?
which one? The next match. I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I thought
did you enjoy it?
Ronda and Charlotte.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
it was good. I don't think it was better than the last two matches.
No, well, no, but I think that I thought Seth and Cody, like you said, was match of the night. But I thought Ronda and Charlotte put on. All right, I expected to go in and actually hate it. Like I not hate it, but it didn't feel like I wasn't interested in it. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought Ronda was gonna get a lot of hate from the fans, but they sold it very well. The story was very good, very well done, and the submissions were there where they were added a lot of intensity into the matches, and then it just worked out, man. I thought it was ended up being very well put together.
Nah, absolutely. I enjoyed the work that was being put in the ring. Charlotte continued to prove that I guess she's Mrs. WrestleMania. Huh? I don't know. We gotta wait.
No, I think that's a good way to put it. I didn't think of that. So yeah.
Yeah. Charlotte continued to every year pull out all the stops. Shout out to the wife. She can't stand Charlotte. I guess Charlotte's doing her job. But Charlotte continues to be the one, the
Yeah.
John Cena of this generation, basically. She's continuing to perform every year and looking in incredible shape. I mean, this is the
Yeah.
best shape Charlotte ever been in, ever shredded. And
Yeah.
Ronda, Ronda had a beat twice. We had a little rough bump at the end, and I don't count the first one. She didn't have her beat twice to me because the foot was on the rope.
Right.
So I mean, what can you do? But she did have her beat. She did have her tap out. But truthfully, now with WrestleMania, as I get older and watch WrestleMania, I kind of feel like this is the setup for the future. It's never the end story at WrestleMania. So it looked like another rematch is going to be thrown out there as well. Hopefully, it's not WrestleMania Backlash again, but maybe Backlash.
I forgot about that. That was last year, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's incredible. All right. So, of course, the KO show, we started off talking about a little bit. I expect this to go in there and just kind of get, Austin get fed up and do a stunner and then walk out. But no, pretty much right off the bat, Owen said that he tricked Steve into coming in here and that he's looking for a fight. And I initially thought that it was going to happen tomorrow night. He would challenge him to a fight and they'd wrestle tomorrow. And then, nope, they ended up having a match. They went for a good 20 minutes, I thought.
Yes, they did.
They rolled all over the arena floor. And Austin took a lot of great bumps, a lot of bigger bumps than, probably has in a very long time. 19 years, obviously. But, I didn't think they'd be able to handle that. But he looked good.
It's been 19 years since he took those bumps. So, Austin, he put in the work tonight. It looked like he was I don't know. Austin is, he wants it to be perfect. I mean, we heard some rumors that he wasn't interested in doing this at all. And I mean, I don't blame him, man. It's been 19 years since he took these bumps, and he wanted to be special and wanted to look good, but he still went in there and performed with Kevin Owens. I like the way the setup was, where Kevin Owens said, I didn't bring you here just to have a TV show and talk. I actually brought you here to have a match. It was a great segue into a match. Kevin Owens is on top of his game right now. It was real. Kevin Owens. I love the shirts. The shirts that changes every year. The KO Mania.
Yes. Yep. He plays a good dick heel on top of it.
Yes, he does.
He's very.
He was doing that before he even got signed. So he's good.
Well, yes. Yep. On top of that, Austin, excuse me, he started his career in Dallas, Texas, working for World Class Championship Wrestling, or training with Chris Adams, the gentleman Chris Adams, working USWA. So it's kind of fitting that he finished his career in Dallas, Texas. It came back for one more match and finished it off.
I agree.
It tells a great story.
Very fitting. Yeah, it tells a great story. If you ever want to write a movie, Austin got the greatest story, one of the greatest stories.
Yeah.
It just him with what they call it, 4x4. Him with the 4x4.
Oh yeah.
Bringing that back.
The ATV.
Yep. The ATV correction. So Austin continuing drunk a lot of beers tonight.
Jeez, he probably went through 2 cases.
I don't know 2 cases. They come as a 4-pack, so it probably was 30 cases.
You got to figure that's $15 for each 4-pack too. I buy them on the regular, so
13 pockets.
Yeah, it is. I haven't gotten the lager, but I have the IPA. I don't know. I haven't looked and saw if the store over here carries the new lager. TN Couponer says, happy that Owens got the main event mania. Yes, that's all. It's very well deserved. It's very well deserved.
Absolutely.
I was having a conversation prior to this, and we were talking during the match. It was like Owens probably marking out at the same time on the inside, like freaking out. It's like being such a big fan, and the crowd going absolutely insane for what was about to happen. So.
Absolutely. It is, Austin looking good out there.
Yep.
And then night 1 with a bang. Now we got night 2. But before we get to night 2 in the lineup, can we talk about how the New Day match got scrapped?
I was wondering about that because a couple people text me about that, wondering it did not get mentioned. Nothing was even mentioned about it. Like what?
It may be on night 2. It may be on night 2.
Fun fact: Charlotte has no ass. Thank you, GOC.
Leave it to the Guardian Chaos.
Be careful what you put in the chat; it will get read. Where were we going again? What were we talking about? Yeah, the New Day match. What happened? There's nothing was even mentioned about it. So I'm very confused about that.
No, it was mentioned about it. I don't know. We may have to wait until see if night 2, if it's going to happen on night 2.
Right.
Even Guardian Chaos said it may be on the pre-show. So I mean, it's a 2-hour pre-show. So hopefully they will have some type of match for 2 hours because they done played a lot of video packages. And
okay, so yeah, they did. I came home an hour into the pre-show. Was there any pre-show matches at all? What I saw, there was none.
No, there was no pre-show matches. They just hyped up tonight's events and a little bit tomorrow.
Okay. I'm trying. I think I have the lineup of for tomorrow night somewhere. Let me just double check it. Sorry, I'm doing a bad job. Now hyping this up right here.
Shout out to Rick Del Santos wearing the retro TNA hat.
I am. Yeah. It's one that Impact actually makes because the Impact logo is on the inside of the hat. That's the funny part. Can I tell you how? I'm going to tell you. This kind of pisses me off. I ordered something from WWE.com. I tell you, you pay extra for you get 24-hour shipping. Next day shipping, the shit still didn't come. So.
I guess they try.
They got me for my money.
They got you for your money. Yeah, they got you for your shipping. TN Couponer said, "Do you see Miz versus Logan at SummerSlam?" I don't see that happening at SummerSlam. I feel like that's too long. It may happen at Backlash.
Really?
Yeah, I see it happening at Backlash.
What was that sound? Okay. I'm trying to find the WrestleMania card. Sorry, I lost it for a second here.
I got you. You want me to get you? I got you.
I think I got it. Nope, for some reason it keeps saying site cannot be low. I think I lost. I think my Wi-Fi is down on this particular computer for some reason. It's down on weird. Okay. I thought I had it on the document, but I can't find it. You got it?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
It's tomorrow, night 2. It starts at it started at 7:00 tonight, right? It started at 7:00.
It started at 8. Yeah, it started at 8. Yep.
Sorry, fans. I get mixed up with my times. 8:00 tomorrow. Pre-show start at 6. Another 2-hour pre-show. But tomorrow we have the 4-way tag team championships on the women's side. We got Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha Banks and Naomi, and Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. What do you think about that 4-way?
I don't. Maybe that'll be on the pre-show. I don't. Is that harsh?
That is kind of harsh. That was real harsh. That you have no heart for that match. That's messed up.
I hate. Was it 3-way or 4-way? 3-way. I don't like multi-way matches.
It's a 4-way. I don't know how Natalya and Shayna Baszler became a team, but they part of that.
It's just random. They started teaming a few weeks back or whatever. Garden Chaos. In my opinion, Cody versus Seth was match of the night. Absolutely agree. I thought it was great. It was a tremendous comeback. It was just perfect the way everything happened. It really was.
Nah,
I thought the graphics were really amazing. You know, the crowd was completely into it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Next match, we got Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn.
Match of the night tomorrow.
You think so? Match of the night? We gonna put that on anything goes match?
I think it's gonna be a great match. I have supposedly Johnny Knoxville is gonna have the crew of what's that show that he was on? Jackass with him. Yes, WWE Shop does have reward programs. I just found that out when I made my order. Oh yeah, I ordered the Steiner's Hall of Fame shirt. I was expecting to get it today, and I was very upset at it in the mail. So, because they are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. We should get into the Hall of Fame after we, because we didn't get a chance to cover it last night. Our schedule was a little busy. So, what else we got for the night 2?
We got Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. This is gonna be match of the night right here. I'm ready for that one.
I think it's gonna be good. I think Austin Theory. I don't know, man. How do you think this is gonna go?
Pat McAfee is real good. We've seen that in NXT, and then we had Austin Theory, he's real good himself. We may have a little cameo with Mr. McMahon, which we've seen. Now I would say Friday on SmackDown when he tried to chase down Austin Theory to the dressing room of Mr. McMahon, and Mr. McMahon popped out. So we may have a cameo for Mr. McMahon later on tonight. So I'm thinking this match is gonna be real good. It's gonna be real good. All jokes aside with the Knoxville thing, but this match may be good.
No, I believe that this is potentially going to be a very good match. I really do. Pat McAfee proved that he can actually, work a little bit. Austin Theory is a very talented young wrestler. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be really good. You're laughing.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with you. It's going to be real good.
What else we got?
We got the Raw Tag Team Championship. We got the RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Riddle versus the Street Profits and Alpha Academy. This match is going to be real good.
Alpha Academy, new champions.
Think so? That'd be great.
I don't know. I mean, why not? Do something out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
I know it's WWE. They don't do a lot of stuff that's out of the ordinary or unexpected, but why not?
Hey, listen, I'm up for Chad Gable and Otis walking out with the tag titles. It'll be great.
Absolutely.
Next up, legit, I think maybe legit match of the night for night 2. Edge versus AJ Styles. First time ever meeting.
Okay. AJ's going over. I think it's going to be a pretty good match. To me, Edge just has not been clicking since his return. I know I've kind of beat myself saying it over and over every week now. It's going to be a really good match, but Edge just isn't doing it for me since his return, outside of that Royal Rumble pop that he got.
I'm hearing a lot of that lately, where Edge haven't delivered during this run. I think this heel run that he's got, he just started a few weeks ago. I think it's gonna be good for him. Edge always been good as a heel,
Yep.
and I'm looking forward to this match. It's gonna be real good. I think it's gonna be real good. It's gonna be one of those matches that we walk into like, oh, this match is starting to be real good as we expected. So AJ Styles never disappoints.
No. Correct. What else we got?
Next up, Bobby Lashley versus Omos.
Omos is going to... I think Bobby Lashley is going to put Omos over, help elevate him. I think we've talked about that. Yeah, I think so. That's from what I've read, that's what's supposed to happen. I've read a couple different sources say that, but obviously things could change, but it could go a completely different direction. But I think that them trying to get Omos over as a singles wrestler is a little bit tougher than they expected. So I think that Bobby Lashley coming in and helping out will definitely help him and help them.
Hopefully. Omos is, he's kind of, I call him Omos because that's how it's written out here. I mean, I used to call him Omos. Everybody call him different names. I think it's Omos.
I couldn't pronounce it properly for the first week. At first.
But we'll get corrected soon. Just like Pac, everybody get confused with Pac or Pac or it's Pac.
I thought it was Pac, yeah. And then all of a sudden they started calling him Pac. Certain people started calling him Pac. Whatever.
Then the main event of night 2. Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, the longest Universal Champion ever, versus Brock Lesnar, the WWE Champion. Unification match, as they say. I don't think it's going to be a unification match because they still got to split brands. But it'd be grateful that we get a unified championship and they travel both brands.
So first off, I'm going to tell you that I told you, when we first started discussing WrestleMania, I think 2 weeks ago, I was really down the middle. I couldn't decide who was going to take it, but now I told you since this last week, I'm convinced it's Roman. Mm-hmm. However, I do think that. How do you feel it's not going to be unified? Like, do you think that one guy is going to just win both belts, or do you think it's just going to be a double DQ or count out or what have you? To be a no decision result, and so guys walk away with their respective titles.
The way it's been advertised has been advertised as a winner takes all. Usually, when a winner takes all, that means they just go take both belts. It hasn't been told. I mean, what they have advertised, I have not heard it being as a unified championship match. But I mean, we shall see. We shall see. They do a lot of stuff where they put the match card up and then they do something different. It's WWE.
Tian Couponer says, what if Reigns wins, then loses WWE title at WrestleMania Backlash? I mean, anything's possible, right?
Yeah.
But who the hell is going to beat Reigns right now? Nobody.
I mean, nobody. I still think tomorrow, take that back, not tomorrow night. Later on tonight, I still think Roman Reigns is going to walk out still with both belts, but still the Universal Champion. This guy's on a roll. And I don't see nobody else that can beat this guy right now. He's white hot as the position that he's in. And like I said the other day when we did the other show earlier on the week, Roman Reigns has never beaten Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He has beaten Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam or whatever, but WrestleMania, he has never did that. He has got beaten twice by Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
That's a deciding factor. Like, that's what's going to, it's got to happen. So, yes.
It got to happen. It got to happen. I don't know why they haven't said none of that. I don't know how, maybe Michael Cole maybe pop up and say it when the match starts, because usually he does that where he goes through his little history and then he'll pop up through an entrance and say, oh, well, this person has never beaten this person. And then you automatically know what's going down. But I'm just going to say it off the rip. Roman Reigns is going to beat Brock Lesnar and become the Universal Champion and WWE Champion.
I believe it. I believe it's going to happen. So, real quick, before we get out of here, it is 12:45 Eastern time. We got to rest up for tomorrow night too. There's another full day. Yeah. This week I want to start going through some of the other events that happened outside of WWE's WrestleMania cards, like the NXT show that happened, and obviously Supercard of Honor, and maybe some of the other stuff. But I definitely know that those two events in particular I would like to talk about this week. So that's coming up this coming week. And don't forget all your regular, wrestling related stuff that Rick and Marcel talk about all week long. AEW, Raw, Dynamite, NXT, all that stuff. So the Hall of Fame last night, we can go through this, and the Undertaker's speech was phenomenal, amazing. I thought his induction was great. He laid tribute to so many people. It was just, if anybody, he's probably one of the most iconic characters. Obviously, I'm not a huge guy that's really big into characters such as his, but he's one of those guys that's just lasted about 30 years, and the majority of his career, he was some version of that character, and he was very well deserving to be into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. The Hall of Fame Hall of Fame Friday night was real good. From Shad Gaspard, that was really emotional, to even Vader, that was real emotional as well. And even Queen Sharmell, even though there was some negativity towards her induction, she really had a great speech as well. And them showing the clips, the stuff that she'd been through with King Booker, really refreshed my mind of how important she was towards that King Booker presentation. And Steiner Brothers, with Scott Steiner doing a little teaser, what he's going to be on live mic. They opened it off well, but I'm glad the Steiners are officially in there. Even though he said that even the Hall of Fame was on the moon, he want to look up and hopefully see the Hall of Fame. That's where it's at, but he's in it. So you know what? It's well deserved. The Steiner brothers are officially in the Hall of Fame, and segue into Undertaker. There's a lot of negativity about him not mentioning Mick Foley. Usually that happens in speeches. You usually forget certain things, even though that was one of the major parts of his career of 30 years that he's been there. But I like the presentation of all his gear from all his years in the ring. His own mic piece that was in his ear to his mouth, so he could walk around and give his speech to everybody and give thanks to all the fans that supported him for the last 30 years. Undertaker is well deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. All the injuries that he's been through, all the awful matches that he was put in by Vince, as he sit there and said the Giant Gonzalez's, the King Mabels, God bless them, but Undertaker did it. Great colleagues, but
look at the Mania matches that he had. Jimmy Snuka, Tito Santana, guys like that, and those are guys that were on their way out of. They were basically in there to put guys like the Undertaker over at that time.
Absolutely, and it's well deserved. It's just like Vince McMahon said, he is one of the greatest attractions
Yes.
of all of WWE. I mean, we done went through plumbers, we done went through hockey men, goalies, we done went through all of them.
Garbage
Undertaker
men.
had garbage men, all that, and this dude had probably the Undertaker, probably one of the worst gimmicks probably was created, but he took that gimmick and evolved it. And I mean, not evolve it he evolved it all the way from 1990 to the modern era.
It was
Who
lasted
does
30
that?
years. That gimmick, yes, it's lasted 30 years. As that, that was the gimmick where, I mean, that was the time period where every wrestler coming in had a secondary job, basically their character, like you said,
Absolutely.
plumber or whatever. And so this, for some reason, that one character lasted 30 years. It clicked,
30
and
years.
and there was many different versions, but it was all right down to the nitty gritty. It was the same character.
Hey, shout out to Mark Calloway. Thank you for entertaining me for the last 30 years, and going through the Vince Man giving a shout out to Shotgun Saturday Night when he had to walk out the stinking sewer to get a shot. There's all these stories like that where it just proved that he was a great employee for WWE. He been
Right.
through it all. He wasn't even thinking about leaving during the Attitude Era. And shout out to him, man. It was a great speech, and I I enjoyed every bit of it. This guy really put his body on the line for us, and shout out to him, man. Shout out.
You know who we didn't mention, and bad for us, Vader. Vader's wife and son were there to accept the award for him, uh, which is pretty amazing in itself.
Mm-hmm.
The video package that they showed of Vader, with guys like against destroying guys like Foley, Sting, countless.
Adrian Joe Thurman.
Yeah, yes.
They even showed that.
Yeah. That was an amazing acceptance speech on behalf of his wife, while short. The Steiners, I thought their speech was short. However, they did acknowledge the fact that Braun Breaker was Rick Steiner's son.
Yes, they did. Finally.
So
Hopefully
finally,
they changed the name.
that's what I'm saying. Braun Steiner, something. Yep. So yeah, there's that. And then, of course, let's not forget the Warrior Award with Shad Gaspard. JTG made a brief appearance there on TV with Shad's wife and son, and the speech that his wife gave was very moving and very touching. And I forgot that he actually did disarm an armed robbery at one time. I remember once she said that, I remembered reading that when it happened. Yeah, he sounded like an all-around great guy and deserving of this Warrior Award.
Nah, he's a real true hero. He saved the same son that did the presentation with his mom last night, and he's a legit hero, and it's well deserved that he got the Warrior Award, and it's just one of those awards that Ultimate Warrior said that is for. It's for heroes. Right. It's for the hard workers that work behind the scenes for WWE. It's for every caregiver that does good throughout the world. And Shad Gaspard was legit made for that award, and I'm really glad that he got that award last night. It was just,
right.
It was very emotional because it was very emotional, man. I just don't understand. Life got crazy ways. He survived disarming a guy with a gun and walking him out the store, and sitting here just chasing people to get his dog back. Just stuff like that. And even his life was almost saved again, but he sacrificed himself for his son, and every father is willing to do that. So it's just unfortunate, and I'm glad that he's in it.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to tomorrow. Much more coverage to come. Do you have anything else that you want to bring up tonight before we get out of here?
No, I see a few comments. I see TN Couponer. He's talking about how Vader was
Yep.
dominant with the WCW championship. Yes, he was. He was real
Yeah.
dominant. His biggest fuse with Sting, which was classics. King of Cable from Starrcade in 90.
Yes.
I think it was 93. Was it
Yep.
93? No,
I think
92.
so.
I take it back. Correction. 92.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. I think that's pretty much it for chats. Let's see. Briscoes versus FTR. That match was off the hook. I'd really like to talk about that when we get to the next, throughout this week, probably Monday or Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more coming up. We're going to break down the Ring of Honor show, break down the, I want to watch Stand and Deliver, which I'm going to try to get to tomorrow or Monday during work. So, all right. If there's not anything else for tonight, I guess we're going to get out of here.
We'll get out of here and get ready for night 2 of WrestleMania.
Enjoy, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank you. Be well, be safe. Good night.